Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for episode 46 of our Local to Global Lariat League Wrestling series, and we are fresh off the back of Faction Warfare, which went a lot better than I thought it would. It seems like everyone's picked up their game, and I'm not going to lie, kind of seeing how well everyone did has made me really excited for the future of this company. And looking right here, Callum Newman's going to be a star. Ospreay's already a star. Callum Newman, Madoka Kakuta seems to be getting good wins. He doesn't get the best ratings though, which is kind of annoying because when you look at his skill set, he should be. But yeah, we're looking in the past now. You guys saw what happened in the last one. If you didn't, check it out. Faction Warfare was awesome. And obviously it builds up into our pay-per-view event, which I believe is next episode. So we have got our week 3 and week 4 shows in this one, and then LLW Tempest is fast approaching and will be here at the beginning of April. So very exciting. We will of course confirm the final card at the end of this one, but before that we've got 2 shows to get through plus a couple of match announcements. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. This is our pre-show match. You're probably wondering, why is Ospreay and Newman on the pre-show? Well, we needed to steal the show, and the easiest way to do that is stick it on the pre-show because I'd already had a pre-written card for the rest of this show. How many times can I say show? Show. But yeah, decent match here, great wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Syndicate, so that's Callum Newman and Will Ospreay defeat Sunshine Machine in just under 17 minutes when Callum Newman makes TK Cooper tap. TK with a 69, which is actually pretty good for him, and Chuck Mambo with a 56, so no surprise there already. Chuck Mambo's kind of, just lives in the 50s, if I'm being honest. And then, of course, Ospreay and Newman, unreal. Future of our company right here. Ospreay, obviously, not as long as Newman, because I think Newman's like 22, 23. Insane. But yeah, this is our one and only pre-show match, so let's just dive straight into the show where we kick off with our first London Siren triple threat 3-way. Should we triple threat or 3-way? We'll say 3-way. I think triple threat is like a WWE term. Either way. 3-way semi-final match. The winner of this 3-way will go on to Tempest to face the other winner, which will be in the next show. But this one has Megan Bain, Saraya Knight Jr. and Charlie Evans. Who's your money on? Let me know, because we're about to find out. 74, nice, and about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. It is Charlie Evans that gets the win. She defeats Megan Bain and Saraya Knight Jr. in a 3-way London Zone match after scoring the most pinfalls. Megan Bain with a 71, Saraya with a 70. Go on, Saraya. And Charlie Evans with a 69. I'm not going to complain about that. All 3 of these great performances. Charlie Evans is getting better at her gimmick as well, which is awesome to see. And yeah, Charlie Evans is heading to LLW Tempest to face someone for that London Siren Championship. And post-match, she celebrates. She's going crazy because, of course, in her mind, she's the reason why this belt exists. So she feels like she has to win it. She celebrates. She runs over to the commentary booth. Of course, William Regal's there. She jumps on William Regal. They're celebrating together. He's like, all right, compose yourself. And she's just, like, yes, I'm in the final. I'm going to it. And of course, she deserves this because she beat Saraya Knight Jr., who's a big, big star in women's wrestling. And Megan Bain, who we've all seen is pretty dominant. So yeah, very well deserved from Charlie Evans. The other 3-way is in the next show, this episode, of course, and that is between Rio, Sapphire Reed, and May Sarah. So yeah, fingers crossed for all 3 of those that they put on a pretty good display as well. Following on from this, though, William Regal actually has a job to do, and he is addressing a match that is being announced for LLW Tempest, and it is a number 1 contender 4-way tag team match, and the entrants for this 4-way have been decided already. It is the teams New Blood, who of course are a part of the Anoa'i Global Empire, Kilted Chaos, which is Jack Morris and Hansen. Sanity, so Axeman, Tisha and Damo. And of course, Brooks and Parker, so Drew Parker, jeez, and Chris Brooks, who have put on some impressive displays as of late. They might not have got the wins, but they've been pretty consistent in terms of performances. So those are the 4 teams announced. Of course, there are a few omissions. So, Sunshine Machine. We probably would have had some people from Syndicate like Lycos Jim, but they are busy in the main event. The one team that I kind of regret not including is probably Spike Trevay and Charlie Sterling, because they put in some good performances, but I'm sure they'll be in the mix at some point. And of course, we've got the 0121, but Dan Maloney is a little bit busy with Bobby Guns. And just to kind of cap off this announcement, William Regal has also confirmed a 4-way match tonight featuring half of all of those teams. So next up, it is Hansen taking on Damo, taking on Chris Brooks, taking on Ishin in a 4-way match. So let's see what happens in this one. A little preview, you could say, for LLW Tempest. 73, nice. In a decent match, it is Ishin that gets the win. He defeats Damo, Chris Brooks, and Hansen in 22 minutes when he pins Hansen. Oh, Hansen not doing the best since coming in. Looking at the ring work, Chris Brooks, head and shoulders above everyone else. That makes sense. Ishin with a 63, not bad. And then Damo and Hansen, the big boys, 58 and 53, not the best. But a 73 rated match is nothing to sniff at, so I will take it. Following on from this, though, we've got Bobby Guns in singles action. He's requested this match, and it is against Zilla Fatu, one of the newer members of our roster. Very green, very fresh, quite inexperienced. So let's see what goes down in this one. Of course, apparently it was a little bit too short for such an important match. Bobby Guns does get the win in just under 19 minutes with the Boston Crab, and he is refusing to let go of this Boston Crab post-match. The referee's trying to pull him off, and Guns is just going, nah, I'm not having it. I'm going to make this kid pay. Of course, Zilla being a good friend of Dan Maloney. And of course, think about it. What's going to happen? Go on. Yep, you're right. Dan Maloney comes out, breaks up the post-match attack that Guns was having. Guns manages to worm his way out of the ring before there's any contact between him and Maloney. Maloney checks on Zilla to make sure he's alright. He seems okay. So yeah, the heat between these two guys is building for their match at LLW Tempest. Dan Maloney, Bobby Guns, the first match that was confirmed for this event. Bobby Guns seems to want to, embarrass Dan Maloney, and he managed to do that at our last pay-per-view event in the trios match, but he wants him one-on-one. Dan Maloney wants him one-on-one, so why not? And hopefully it'll be a pretty good match. Following on from this, though, we head backstage and Joe Anoa'i is speaking with New Blood, who are, of course, a part of the Global Empire, but not really. They haven't really committed in the way that everyone else has. And he just says that he wants New Blood to make him proud by winning the number 1 contenders match. And of course, that would then put them against Chaz Betts and El Hijo del Fantasma, who are our current LLW Knights. But I think Joe Anoa'i doesn't care about that. As long as the titles are within the Empire, competition is fair game. So he says, I want you guys to win, and I want to see a great match between you and Betts and Phantasma. So Anoa'i he's happy for a bit of healthy competition. Not too sure how Phantasma and Betts are going to feel about that, but hey-ho. But yeah, great segment here, an 87 from good old Joe Anoa'i. Speaking of Joe Anoa'i, we've got a little package here from Will Ospreay, and it's just Will Ospreay reflecting on the faction warfare, stating how luck maybe wasn't on their side that night, but they've regathered, they're stronger than ever, and he said, keep in mind, we're a team, whereas the Anoa'i Global Empire are a group of individuals, they're not a team, and we'll show that at Tempest when Syndicate will defeat the Empire. So, very excited for that. Ospreay vows revenge at Tempest, which means it will cement him as the number 1 contender for Drew Galloway's King of the Lariat League belt. So, yeah. Also, I've seen some of the feedback and comments and stuff over the name change that was made a while back. So I'm kind of weaving in the new name and the old name, because of course they is still known as the King of the Lariat League, but I think just in terms of aesthetic purposes, you know, whenever I'm making posters or typing it out, like LLW King's Championship is just a little bit cleaner looking. But we will still reference them as King of the Lariat League, Queen of the Lariat League, you know, Prince of the Lariat League, but we will also say like Princess title, King's title, Queen's title. It's just, you know how you've got like the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Sometimes you might just say WWE World Title. Yeah? Cool. Anyways, this does take us to our main event, and it is our boy Pac, the London's own champion, with another open challenge, because why not? And again, British men only. And who is it that steps up? Connor Mills. And in a main event match that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, of course it is, Pac gets the win. But Connor Mills puts on a pretty good fight, but can't really do much against good old Pac the bastard when he wins by 2 falls to none. Pac has now made defense number 5 of his London's own title, really making that title his own, London's own. But yeah, that is our main event match. Pac with an 87. Connor Mills with a 59. Not the best, but he's super young. We've got a lot of young guys on our roster that hopefully over the next coming months, years, because, you know, this is probably going to be a long save, will just get better and better. But that is how we end this show. 78, I'll take it. We've got some really, really good matches here. Awesome opening match between Charlie Evans, Megan Bain and Saraya Knight. Charlie Evans booking her place at LLW Tempest. And then, of course, the 4-way tag team match announced. The heat between Maloney and Guns building. Anoa'i, you know, happy for there to be competition within the Empire. And speaking of the Empire, Ospreay vows to take them down at Tempest. And then, yeah, a really solid main event. So, can't complain. We've got one more show before our pay-per-view event, and that is coming up right now. So I'll see you guys in a sec for our final show in March. And here we are with the final show in March at the Copperbox Arena in front of just under 6,000 people. We're creeping up in the numbers, and I am loving it. In our pre-show match, this is our steal the show, because it actually, you know what? It was meant to be on the main card. I didn't have any pre-show, but we just ran out of time. We're going over 2 hours in my booking now, which is crazy. But in a decent pre-show match, Noam Dar gets the win. Remember Noam Dar? You know, he's still here. He defeated Michael Oku in 19 minutes with the Champagne Super Knee Bar. Noam Dar with a 66, Michael Oku with a 61. Really want to start pushing Michael Oku, or just start doing something better with him, because he's a G in real life. I feel like he's the next big British star. I think him and Leon Slater, those two, from what I've seen, you know, in Rev Pro and Progress and all the other shows, I think those are the two guys, because I think at the time of recording, Oku's the Rev Pro World Champion. I think he recently, in Ospreay's final match, I mean, insane match, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to copy real life, you know, by pushing the same people, but, you know, credit where credit's due, I guess. And Noam Dar's, of course, Noam Dar. I feel like he's got mad potential, even though he's kind of fallen off a bit in my eyes in NXT. He could definitely be taken a bit more seriously. I don't know, am I saying that wrong? I don't watch NXT as often as I probably should. Speaking of NXT, WWE in-game, so in-game, are currently, you know, going through a load of rehirings because a lot of people's contracts are expiring. The money that they're throwing at some of these people. For example, Tiffany Stratton, I just tried to poach her away. They're offering her like 35k a month. No thanks, I'm not doing that. And then Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy is someone that I really wanted to bring in, because I used to watch his like CZW days and stuff like that. He's a great talent. There's so much you could do with someone like Joe Gacy. But they're offering him I think it was $26,000 a month, or £20,000 a month, whatever the currency is in game. And then when I went to negotiate, the default, because it gives you like a recommended, like this is how much you should pay them, it was like 12,000. So WWE are massively overpaying everyone, which is going to make it very hard for me to poach people that they want to keep. And even just as a test, I offered him 30,000, and he was like, it's a pretty good offer, but I've got a better one from WWE. And I'm like, no, you don't, mate. But it's because obviously they're far more popular. So, yeah, we just need to get our popularity up, and then I think we can start poaching some names. But for now, I think we're just going to be picking up the scraps and developing our own talent. But to be honest, we've got a pretty solid roster right now, so I'm happy with what we've got. Anyone extra would be great. But yeah, we've got a really, really great roster right now. I'm very proud of what we've managed to build. But yeah, pre-show done. Noam Dar got the win. Let's head straight into the opener, which again, like the last show, is the three-way London Siren, semi-final match. May Sarah, Rio, Sapphire Reed. One of these women will be joining Charlie Evans at LLW Tempest. So let's take a look and find out. 67, nice, and a decent match. May Sarah, she said she is never going to lose again, and so far she has kept to her word. She defeats Rio and Sapphire Reed in 20 minutes after scoring the most falls. But interestingly, in this one, it was actually tied until the 19th minute between May Sarah and Sapphire Reed, and May manages to roll up Sapphire for a quick flash pinfall with mere seconds to spare, meaning that May makes it through, and Sapphire, the super young, super talented wrestler that we've got, just missed out on her opportunity. Riho as well, of course, put in a great display. In fact, Riho performing the best. May with a 63, Rio with a 64, and Sapphire Reed with a 58. Rio's getting better at gimmick, which is awesome to see. Yeah, I think she's going to be good fun as she progresses as well. But yeah, it's official. William Regal can confirm it. It will be Charlie Evans taking on May Sarah in our London Siren final at LLW Tempest. Very excited about this one, and hopefully the best woman wins. I really don't know who I want to win this one, because obviously May's got her great story of, you know, I don't want to lose anymore. I'm not, you know, I'm not someone to be walked over. And obviously you want to continue that. Might book myself into a corner. And then you've got Charlie Evans, who's the person who, you know, kind of forced this title to happen. So it only makes sense that she's the person that becomes the inaugural champion. Like, it makes sense. So I don't know, I might leave it up to fate. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, nice little announcement here from William Regal confirming the final match between these two at LLW Tempest. Following on from this, though, we've got a kind of mini preview of our Tempest main event, where we've got 3 members of Syndicate taking on 3 members of the Anoa'i Global Empire. It's Lycos Jim and Callum Newman taking on our Knights, Chaz Betts and El Hijo del Fantasma, and Colby Carino. Let's see what happens. 77 as well, and about that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. It is Syndicate, the team of Lycos Jr. and Callum Newman, defeating Colby Carino and Betts and Fantasma in 21 minutes when Lycos makes Chaz Betts tap with the Blood Moon. Callum Newman with an 81, Lycos with a 66, no, Lycos Jr., with a 66, Lycos with a 71, Colby with a 68, El Hijo del Fantasma with a 75, Chaz Betts with a 73. Joannoai was ringside doing some great work. Apparently him and El Hijo are just like the best of friends. And Callum Newman's getting better at his gimmick, which is, you know, he's a superstar. Like, a legit superstar. Love that. So yeah, could this be a sign of what's to come? Syndicate defeating the team of the Global Empire? We will have to wait and see. Following on from this, though, Ashton Smith has just asked for a little bit of time. Ashton Smith says, well, congratulates actually, he talks about Pac and the journey that Pac has been on to become the London Zone champion and really making that title his own, representing LLW in one of the best ways possible, and talks about how the open challenges have been fresh and exciting and something to look forward to every week. But unfortunately for the fans and for everyone else, Pac's open challenge is going to come to an end. And that is because Ashton Smith is challenging Pac at LLW Tempest and says when he wins the London Zone Championship, there will be no more open challenges. Only deserving challengers will compete for the belt, just like they did when he was the King's champion. So Ashton Smith has announced he's challenging, or he accepts Pac's open challenge. So that match is now confirmed. The graphics popped up and all that crap. It will be former King of the Lariat League, Ashton Smith, taking on our current London Zone champion, Pac, for that title. Hopefully, that'll be a really good one. Following on from this, though, we've got a 4-way match, and it's basically the flip reverse of what we had in the previous show. So the other half of the tag team members. So we've got Jack Morris, Diamante, Axeman Tisha, and Drew Parker. Who's your money on? Let me know. And in a decent match, it is Jack Morris that gets the win. He defeats Diamante, Drew Parker, and Axeman Tisha in 22 minutes when he pins Drew Parker with a TKO. So Jack Morris of the Kilted Chaos and Ishin of New Blood both get a little bit of momentum going into that 4-way tag team match. So it'll be very interesting to see who comes out on top as the new #1 contenders. Diamante with a 71, Jack Morris with a 57, Axeman Tisha with a 64, and Drew Parker with a 59. And Tisha getting better at his gimmick, which is always great to see. 71 overall, I will take that. Oh, I had a little burp then, I'm sorry. Following on from this, though, Sapphire Reed is backstage, kind of licking her wounds and kicking herself, for not kicking out of that last-minute flash pinfall when she bumps into Rina Yamashita, and Rina praises Sapphire Reed for her grit and her performances throughout this tournament and says that she has spoken to William Regal and he has agreed that Sapphire Reed has earned herself a Queen's title match. And that match will be happening at LLW Tempest. Rina Yamashita, someone who's never shying away from a contender or someone who's deserving of a title shot, and she reckons that Sapphire Reed is someone who is deserving. And on commentary, William Regal confirms this, that Rina Yamashita will be defending her LLW Queen's Championship against the young, the talented Sapphire Reed. 58 segment here, not the best. Got to remember to whack a script on Rina Yamashita. Following on from this would have been Noam Dar and Michael Oku, but we didn't have enough time, so they were in the pre-show. So this takes us to our main event. And what do you think the main event is, guys? Take a guess. No, you're wrong. Drew Galloway comes out and he says it seems like everyone's doing an open challenge nowadays. And seeing as though I've got the night off at Tempest, I'll be sat there ringside watching the chaos of the main event. I figured I'd do my own open challenge tonight because I got to stay fresh. I got to stay on my best game in the ring. So anyone out back that thinks that they can step up to the king, come on out. And there's a little bit of a silence, there's a little bit of a stir when some very popular music hits. It's someone who I believe is underutilized on the roster, mainly because I just can't think of what to do with him. It is the wise young man, Tyler Bate. 78, that's crap. He comes out to challenge Drew Galloway, and in a bout that had superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Drew Galloway gets the win in 28 minutes by pinfall with the Claymore kick. Drew Galloway makes defense number 3 of his King's title, and post-match, Drew Galloway and Tyler Bate celebrate together in the ring. Why was this 78? So they're announcing that's Kozlov. Yeah, we know about that. Poor announcing, low experience. That's it. Maybe we should just... I'm tempted to jump into the database and just give Kozlov a little bit more commentary or announcing, you know what I mean? Or should we just sack him off? I mean, Regal was doing it fine on his own. I don't know. We'll see. But let's end the show with a big title defense from Drew Galloway. And a 78. I'll take it. That leads us straight into Tempest on some really, really good back-to-back matches. So just to confirm what happened tonight, May Serra has booked her place in the final against Charlie Evans at LLW Tempest. Syndicate, you could say, have the advantage going into the main event with that win, but of course the actual faction warfare was won by the Global Empire, Anoa'i's Global Empire. Ashton Smith challenges Pac and says that the open challenges will end when he becomes champion. Rina has managed to get a title match at Tempest where she will face Sapphire Reed looking to win that off of Rena. I said that super backwards. And then Drew Galloway, just for funsies, decided let's have a great main event match, and a great main event match he did. So let me just quickly confirm. Actually, let's go back to the main screen because we're at the end of the month. We need to take a look at our finances. So this is the first month that we're doing it without our alliance. So let's see if we've actually made money or made more money than we normally would have with the alliance. And we'll also look at our popularity and stuff. And then we will confirm the final card for LLW Presents Tempest. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, here we are at the beginning of April, and there's a reason why I've got this in front of you, and it's just to show you the crazy amount of money that other companies are willing to spend, and I feel like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, let me just go here and show you. So last month we made 203,000, so we made just over 200k overall for the entire month of March, which included the faction warfare event and whatnot. So Rhea Ripley, AAA are in for Rhea Ripley. Not the only person in for Rhea Ripley. We've actually got quite a few people. Yeah, she's got crazy stats, super popular, like everywhere. Also, even in Mexico, you know, Japan not so much, but that hasn't stopped a Japanese promotion going in for her. So here she is. This is what they're saying. The game's like, I think about 69,000 per month makes sense. Let's see what people are offering her. 107,000 from WWE is not being considered. 117,000 from Stardom is not being considered. 112,000 from Impact is not being considered. Also, hold on, look at these signing on bonuses as well. AAA have come in, 117 plus 30k, 10% per event. You know, Rhea Ripley in Mexico, why not? Is now being seriously considered. So, of all of these, I mean, they're offering the least. They're probably going to come in with another thing. But AAA are putting nearly 120,000 into Rhea Ripley. Insane. Also, in other news, she did a bikini photo shoot September last year, just in case you were wondering. It's insane. Can we get to WWE from here? No, we can't. Okay. What's her match history like? She's had 4 matches so far this year. Hold on a second. Hold on. We're in April. We're 4 months in. She's only had 4 matches this year. 1 in January, or 2 in January, 2 in February, and she's the champion. She's not injured. Make that make sense. What numbers is she getting? Let's have a look here. Apparently they're a team now. She's getting 81. Okay, you know what? That's fair. You know, I thought that said 86 for a second. Yeah, 84. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a pretty cool picture of Priscilla Kelly or Gigi Dolan. Sorry, but yeah, madness. I mean, there's hold on. I want to jump to. Let's go federations by money. I need to find his name now. I don't know what his name is on the roster. He's Japanese, I know that. Speaks Japanese. This guy. Yeah, he's available to sign. And I was like, you know what? Look at these numbers. He's in mid-50s. Look at that. Like, basics 89, selling 86, consistency 99, 93, 82, you know. Crazy good numbers. Yeah? Charisma 90. I'm like, bro, this guy would be great. Let's have a look. How much? So, about 16,000. Okay. If we do our thing, you know, that's probably, I'd say about, 4,000 per show. Let's make an offer. He'd accept these terms, but he's got a better offer. 26,000. WWE, why you do this? I know you've got money to burn, but come on. It's not fair for the rest of us. Io Sky, women's champion. Yeah, it's annoying. It is annoying. Although Wacky and Wild has left, DJZ, he could be someone we maybe sign. I don't know. He's got okay stats. I don't know. But yeah, sorry, we've gone on a tangent here. Let's go back to the office. Let's have a look here. Popularity, we're now 66. So we're growing like quite well. Although we do need to get 77 in all 5 mainland British regions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of these we don't. Which one is, so mainland? So northern, so Ireland doesn't count, I'm guessing, because that's not mainland. Ireland is off to the left. So yeah, we got to work on Wales, Scotland, but I feel like that'll just come naturally at some point. I'm not going to start doing shows there, although I might. We'll see. But for now, we're sticking with Southern England. I want to get this into the 70s, and then we can start branching out everywhere else. And then, yeah, finances, we made 200k. So we're actually making around the same without the alliance. Although February must have been a big month, because it says that we lost 157. So that could have been a lot more. I mean, looking at expenditure here. So workers, a little bit less. Show costs, a little bit more. Marketing. I mean, yeah, I guess it's just ticket sales and stuff. I don't know, but we're making money. That's the main point. If we go to investments, launch our own broadcaster, how much would it cost if we do an internet subscription? That's the one we want, won't we? Yeah. So subscription broadcasting incur costs and generate revenue based on subscriber numbers, which are based on the company's popularity in each region. The break-even point of popularity depends on the coverage level in each region. These points are tiny, very small, small, medium, big, very big, huge, and enormous. Popularity below the break-even point will create a loss. Above, it will create a profit. Only regions that have coverage are counted. So if we did this as medium, so we'll be making a loss. Why? A loss. So we make a profit. Oh, I think that's because one of our regions is the smallest. Oh, that's stupid. So we'd only make a profit of that per month at present. But then if we put that at like tiny, so it goes up, then that goes down. And then that goes down. That goes down. Down. Okay. Well, let's sack off USA. And we go Europe. That goes down. Okay. So how do these work? Pay-per-view, incur running costs. We're spending that much. So these are just, yeah. I don't know. Where's broadcasting? View all broadcasters. Let's search. Anywhere we'll negotiate. Yes. Okay. So we got a few more here now. Free sports. You know. America. I mean, the YouTube one just makes sense. It's the most broadcasted everywhere, right? Small. It's kind of just small everywhere. Where's Britain? Where's the British? Here, small. Okay. Do we have anything that's medium? Do we say British Isles? Search. Tiny, very small. Small. Tiny. Very small. Tiny. Tiny, small, and then there's for some reason a separate one, tiny. So Fight TV is a pay-per-view provider, but why would we want that? Because it's got all of those on it. Will they even want us? What size are they in the UK? Very small. We negotiate with them for Larry League in London. Is it going to tell us how much we can make? So would not pay anything in the per show. I don't know. No, I feel like this is our biggest issue in terms of making money, but we're just gonna rock with YouTube for now. So basically, all of the money we make really is from ticket sales and stuff. So I think we're just gonna have to ride that wave for a while, get a little bit more popular, and then see what we can do. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything else to look at. I mean, well, we got Tozawa, that's the thing, in case you guys are wondering. But yeah, let's just run through our show then. So we got Tempest coming up. So let me just confirm the final card for LLW Tempest. So we've got the Pack Open Challenge, which has been accepted by good old Ashton Smith. So that will be opening our show for the LLW London's own championship. Following on from that, though, we have the recently announced Rina Sawayama Queen's Championship match against new contender Sapphire Reed. After that, we will have Bobby Guns taking on Dan Maloney in a one-on-one feud, which has been happening over the last couple of weeks. After that one, we will have our crazy 4-way number one contenders match for the number one contendership of the Knights Championships. That's the teams of New Blood, Kilted Chaos, Sanity, and Brooks and Parker. This will then take us to our co-main events. The final of the LLW London's Siren Championship, May Serra taking on Charlie Evans, and then the big bad main event. It will be the 5-on-5, if I remember correctly, no holds barred match including Will Ospreay Syndicate and Joe Anawai's Global Empire. Hopefully, that's going to be an awesome match. And remember, the winner, the winning leader, so either Will Ospreay or Joe Anawai, will go on to face this man, Drew Galloway, for his LLW King's Championship. That is all taking place in the next episode at LLW Tempest. And I cannot wait. And I'm hoping that you guys cannot wait either. But yeah, let's leave it there. I've done a lot of waffling in this final part, so I apologise. But I feel like you guys might be interested in how much stupid money other companies are spending. If only we had that money. But hey ho, we've got to grind for it. But we're happy with the roster we've got. We've got a much larger roster than I thought we probably would have at this point, so I'll take it. But with that, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see each and every one of you in the next one.